We will be starting our pre-service meditation in just another minute. So in case you just want to, take that breath. Yes, and just settle in. Good morning. My name is Hazel Bowman, and I am the practitioner for today. This meditation is called Expanding Awareness. And so with that, I ask that you make yourself comfortable, however works best for you. And just spend a few moments relaxing the mind and the body. Focus on the bottoms of your feet. Feel how they are a part of you. Focus on your toes. Feel how they are a part of you. Focus on your feet. Feel how they are a part of you. Move your attention up to your ankles. Feel your calves. Feel your knees and your thighs. And feel your legs as a part of you. Feel your buttocks and your lower back. Reach around to your stomach and feel your belly. Move your attention up to your chest. Feel it rise and fall. Reach around to your upper back and feel your torso moving up and down. Your body is a part of you. Now bring your attention to your hands. Move up your arms. Feel your shoulders. Now stretch your attention up to your neck. Feel your neck. continue and move up behind your ears, all the way to the top of your head. Feel your head and your mind as awareness. On the next out breath, feel your whole body relax. Allow your attention to flow over your face and move down your whole body and out the bottoms of your feet. Feel this energy. Feel this life force surrounding you. It is a part of you. You are energy. Feel the life in each atom and proton that make up every cell, which is a part of you. Now expand your awareness to the space around you. The air that fills the space is the air you are breathing. It is a part of you. Feel the earth, the land, the water, and the atmosphere. This is a part of you. It is breathing with you. It is existing with you. And it is a part of you. Feel the elements of outer space as you expand your awareness. And feel the intensity of the sun. The calmness of the moon. And the presence of the planets. Feel the stars and the meteorites flying by. This is an active place of energy, vibration, light, and darkness. Your awareness is expanding, and you are expanding. See the earth in its glory, the only planet that has given us life. Gently float down to the earth, your home. Locate your physical body. Then gently come back and settle into your physical form. Feel your whole body once again. Remember, you are the greatest project you will ever work on. Our greatest human adventure is the evolution of consciousness. And so it is. Namaste.
Oh, hey, everybody. Good morning. I'm Jackson, and it's amazing. It's amazing I get to be here today, and I hope you feel as amazed as I do right now. Even my coffee mug says, "Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me." For sure. So, we're glad you made it. I think we're going to have I know we're going to have a great service today. Our soloist is me. It's amazing. Lisa apparently could not, last minute she could not make it, so I told her, don't worry about it, I got this. And Tracy is giving the talk today. You know, Tracy is likewise amazing. Her talks are so laser focused, you know. Anyway, and we do have Bob back today. And Bob is in a good mood, everybody. And we are going to, I can't remember if I got a request for this one or not. But regardless, we're going to do it. This song, how would you describe this? I think I got this song from Reverend Kath, is who clued us into this one. And this one is about all of us and all our differences and all our strengths and all our weaknesses all being one together in this love fest that we do that we practice here at CSL. It's called the Union of Different Kinds. Oh, that's pretty good. Have you seen Bob? Sing along. Goes like this. For all the small people and all the tall people, for all the dispossessed and the absurd, for all the broken hearted and the recently departed, for the unwashed and the unheard. Came up with an idea. You know when you're doing a song and people start clapping and you start clapping, and then after a couple minutes you're like, should I keep clapping? And then everyone kind of slowly stops clapping and you're like, I guess we're done clapping now. Have you had that experience before, or is that just me? So here's what we're going to do. We're going to have organized clapping. We're only going to clap during the chorus, which is the Mother Nature don't draw straight lines. And then we can stop and everyone will be like, okay, I'll get ready for next time. And that way we won't have the slow death of a clap. So should we practice that right now? Here we go, here comes the chorus again. Oh, Mother Nature don't draw straight lines, broken molds in the grand design. Okay, hold on. It's gonna be like this. It's gonna be like this. Oh, Mother Nature don't draw straight lines, broken molds in the grand design. We look at the best, but we're doing fine. We're card-carrying lifelong members of the union of different kinds. And see, now you can stop. We're so organized. Okay, here comes verse 2. For all the lonely faces in those empty spaces, for the unloved and the undenied, for all the little wheel turning bigger deal, for all the dreams that bloom and those bridge. It's why the oak tree bends in the wind that blows, my friend, and the river finds its end in the sea. Yes, it does. Mother Nature don't draw straight lines, broken molds in their grand design. We look a mess, but we're doing fine. We're card-carrying lifelong members of the union of different kinds. Let's do that again. Mother Nature don't draw straight lines, broken molds in a grand design. Let's stand up for one last time. We're card-carrying lifelong members of the union of different kinds. We're lifelong card-carrying members of the union of different kinds. One more time. We're card-carrying lifelong members of the union of different kinds. That was fun.
That was awesome. Jackson, help me find my beat. Thank you, because I have hearing issues, so when someone tells me to clap on demand,
Yeah, it's nerve-wracking, really.
It's nerve-wracking. Get your microphone. Get my microphone. I do yell loud, but I'll use it. Thank you, Hazel. I love how we're all taking care of one another. Isn't that sweet? That was fabulous. I love when Jackson plays with us with the music and sets the energy. And so we'll just, right here, right now, just take a breath. Welcome. Welcome to you online, to the Centers for Spiritual Living Prescott. It's so wonderful to be here and to look into your beautiful eyes and to stare out into the ethers where you're eating your ice cream and cereal and watching us. Please come down and see us sometime and let us love you in person. That's what we most like to do. And what we do here is help you find your happy, right? And if you're happy, we help you find more. We help you find your joy. We also know your truth in a world that is very chaotic and can be a mess. What we help you to do is to know that life is okay, even in the mess, and how to set that tone in your life, and to take a look at yourself and become self-aware and become the type of human being that you would want to spend time with. And that's what our teaching does. It cultivates a sense of authenticity, love, grace, and joy. And I'm always so grateful for Spirit having guided me here, and now I get to share it with you. So thank you. And we do have practitioners. A practitioner is a prayer partner, or they do what we call a treatment where they know the truth. So if you come to them with a problem, they immediately identify the error in thinking that is in your patterning, and they shed some truth on you and hold that highest idea for you, the mental equivalent or the opposite of what you're going through, and they hold that. And it's so nice to go through the week knowing that someone has you in consciousness and that you can't mess it up. You just can't. And I used to meet with a practitioner when I first started, and I thought it was magic. Like, I don't know, my life just got so much better. And I used to tell her, is what you do magic? And she said, no, it's consciousness. So that's what our practitioners are powerful. And they are here to help you through the difficulties of everyday life. And that's what our teachings do. And that's what we stand for as a center, is helping you move into the life that you so deeply wish and desire to have. Thank you.
Ever since this morning when I woke up, I've just had one tune going through my mind. Good, 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 good vibrations.
I can vouch for that.
And so with that, let us just know in our invocation right now that those vibrations, those good vibrations, are of Spirit, are of God, love. That we are the faces of this infinite energy that fills all space. for God is all in all. I know right now, therefore, that absolutely everything in this service is the fulfillment of God. For I see the faces of God in each and every one of you. I see the face of God, of Richard and Clay in our sound booth, of Bob doing our signing, of Jackson with our music, and isn't it fun? And of course, Reverend Tracy. Each and every one of us, whether I call it by name or just as a whole, we are the embodiment of divine life. And so therefore I know that perfection that's in every moment, for God is good and God is perfect. And so I am able to know, therefore, that this service is divinely guided. It has been divinely orchestrated. And each and every one of us is here by divine appointment. And so I can just relax and enjoy and just celebrate the good vibrations that are already in place as we open our consciousness, expand our awareness in receiving all that is in store for us. And so it is.
Sing this with me. How could anyone ever tell you you were anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you you were less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul. And how could anyone ever tell me I was anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell me I was less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that my loving is a miracle? How deeply I'm connected to my soul. How could anyone ever tell us we were anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell us we were less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that our loving is a miracle? How deeply we're connected to our soul.
Yes. How could anyone ever tell you? I would like to read this quote from Reverend Michael Beckwith, founder and minister of the Agape International Spiritual Center. I know that God, the law of life, placed only one verdict upon me, that I am its beloved expression, equipped to perfectly fulfill my destiny in accordance with its perfect love. Let me repeat that. I know that God, the law of life, placed only one verdict upon me, that I am its beloved expression, equipped to perfectly fulfill my destiny in accordance with its perfect love. Let us bask in that truth for a few moments. And so it is. Namaste. And with that, I would invite the candlelighters to please step forward. The Center for Spiritual Living Prescott, guided by the science of mind, acknowledges the diverse faiths and spiritual traditions that enrich our world. Each belief system offers a distinct understanding of the mysteries of existence and a unique connection with the divine. Lighting these candles symbolizes our collective reverence for the diverse paths humans take in search of meaning and in purpose. In this shared moment, we affirm and celebrate the multiplicity of the human experience. We light a candle for Christianity, based on the teachings of Jesus the Christ, who taught the path of love, forgiveness, and healing by the presence within. For Islam and its teaching and belief in the one and only God, creator of the heaven and the earth. For Judaism, a community of shared laws, traditions, and family ties, which began with the covenant between Abraham and God. For Buddhism, the middle path of non-attachment that ends suffering. For Hinduism, the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. For the traditions of the indigenous people everywhere, and their close and sacred connections to the earth, sky, and waters. For Baha'i, the path of unity and peace. For the goddess traditions, celebrating the power and wisdom of the feminine energies, including nature and nurture. And for the science of mind, a philosophy of life that teaches there is a power for good in the universe, and we can use it. Thank you, ladies. And let us go ahead now and together join our voices in this affirmation. We are here for God. Our purpose is to express the nature of God as love, abundance, and joy in everything we do. The good we seek for ourselves is what we desire for all people everywhere. And so it is. Namaste.
Man, this song is so appropriate for me today, and I'm going to just know that it's appropriate for someone else here today. And as my voice gets super froggy, this song is called A Mighty Gift, and it's by Ricky Byers, Beckwith, Ricky Byers. And I'm realizing that it's about fighting, it's remembering that the real joy you're looking for comes from within. Though this world gives you lots of options for finding joy from outside of you that do a pretty good job in the short term. Trust in the gift within. Trust in the love I know. I step with sweeter faith. Into this world I go. And in the day I have, let there be time enough to bring a mighty, mighty gift of joy. I'll move from the gift within. I'll move from the love you know. And step with greater faith into the world you flow. And in the time you have, you will be strong enough to bring a mighty, mighty gift of joy. Is calling me to come alive immediately, to share in the good, do my best with all my love and tenderness. And I am learning how to do what is to be me now. And I find I need it just as much as the flowers need the sun. So trust the gift within. Trust in the love you know. And move with greater faith. Into this world just go. And in the days we have, there will be time enough to bring your mighty, mighty gift of joy. But the world is calling me to come alive immediately, to share in the good and do my best with all my love and tenderness. And I am learning how to give to those who need it now. And I feel I need them just as much as the flowers need the sun. So trust the gift within. Trust in the love you know. And move with greater faith. Into the world just go. And in the days we have, there will be time enough, time enough to bring your mighty, mighty, time enough to bring your mighty, mighty, time enough to bring your mighty, mighty gift of joy.
Wow. Wasn't that beautiful? So beautiful. The reading and the music, and it all ties into the talk title. And when I first got here, I was very insistent that we did not plan these things so that that we can prove to ourselves that Spirit is indeed at work and is moving through all of us. And it's so lovely to see the connection that happens, that we don't have to put our personalities in the busy things all the time. Sometimes it's necessary. But again, welcome, good morning, and it's so good to be here. I am going to turn this one on and walk over here. So it's so wonderful to be here. Today's talk title is Choose Happy, and moving off, the conversation about patterns. And I found this book at the Goodwill. I've been buying books at the Goodwill and collecting them and putting in my office to make a little bit of a library. And this book was called Resisting Happiness by Matthew Kelly. And if you go on YouTube and type his name, the book is based on the principles of resisting the thing that brings us joy. And what he's called resisting, we might call procrastination. We all have a name for not doing the things that we really want to do. Scrolling, laying on the couch, watching TV, zoning out. But that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about the practical applications and the spiritual applications, because as the week unfolded, I recognized there's a big difference between the two. And I kind of became a little indifferent to the name. And then as I was driving up here today, as I often do, I was scrolling. And I found out why Spirit chose this. So stay tuned. That's coming. But first, I wanted to know if you've heard about Little Jimmy's Backyard Burial. No? Okay. Well, let me tell you. Mr. Green peeked over his fence, and he noticed the neighbor's little boy was digging a hole. And curious about what the youngster was doing, Mr. Green asked, "Jimmy, what you got going on over there?" And tearfully, Jimmy looked up, and he said, "My goldfish died." And he said, "Well, that's quite a big hole for a goldfish. That's awful news." And patting the last bit of earth, Jimmy said, "Yeah, but the hole's big because he's in your cat." Oh, I thought that would get you. Oh, boo. I'm just saying, it was a joke. Sandy likes it. All about joy and perception and how you look at things and how you take them in and in the ways you take them in. In this book and on YouTube, I did a lot of looking last night because I read the book and it was very lovely. He is a devout Catholic, and so it's very interesting to read the book and be able to change, some of the names and the ways that I grew up and look at them and how I see them now. So I had two different perspectives running at the same time, and it was really nice to see that I had no aversion to it. They were both beautiful. They both serve, and they're both highly important depending on where you are on the path in your spiritual journey. So what Matthew talks about is choosing happy. So he really likes reading and taking walks and playing with his children. And he said what happens as he began to really understand the gifts that, in his words, God gave him, and the things that really evoked a sense of joy in his beingness, was writing. He loves writing. He's an author of many books, actually. And he said, but something interesting always happened when he sat down to do the thing that made him happy. He would choose the thing that kept him from his happiness over the thing that he knew would bring him happiness. So I started thinking about my life and what brings me joy and happiness. And, I love a good journal. Now, whatever store I'm in, the journals call my name. I'm like Walmart journals, Walgreens journals. Wherever I am, if it has a really pretty cover and a really good saying on it, I want it. But I don't ever write in them because the perfectionist in me doesn't want to mess them up. And I started gathering all of my journals, and I started looking at it in this way. Why has Spirit put in your heart the love of journaling, and you have done nothing with them? Instead of, look at all these journals. My husband would say, "You going to buy another journal? Where's it going to go? On the shelf?" "Yes, Bill. It's going on the shelf." But I never really looked at something was calling me deeper, that I would have such a profound sense of attention to the journals. I got goosebumps, so something must be true about that. And so one of the things that I thought about was, do I really enjoy writing? Now, I'm not really talking about writing a novel, but I do enjoy looking at a quote and then dissecting it and try to getting to the deeper meaning of it and then writing a lot of questions about it. And one of the things that stopped me from that was my own mind saying, oh, it's a quote. It's written there. Why do they need to add more need to be added to it? And I would get into my head and join the tribe of not enoughness, right? And I would really struggle. So I'd have journals all over the house. Some has 2 or 3 pages. So what I did was I gathered 4, and I'm reading 4 books, and each book has a journal. And so the other part of that was when to do it. When do we sit down to write in those journals with a toddler and a 6-month-old and a husband and a church and a center and busyness? And when was I going to choose me in the process? So that's what he talks about, is choosing you and what makes you happy. And these are the practical things about choose happy. When we do something that we love, a sense of joy and peace and harmony arises within our beingness, and we can sense it. And procrastination, or the sense of distraction, often takes us away from that. And what he's saying is, when we become aware of how we are distracted, we can stop, pause, and ask for guidance to move back into the thing that we know is going to release endorphins and get us going and move us in the morning. So what he says about resistance is it's that sluggish feeling that stops us from doing the things that we know are good for us. Exercise, yoga, whatever it is for you, right? Going to the doctor, taking a run. It's that part of us that we often feel happy in just contemplating it. But sometimes it just seems right outside of our reach. We must learn to recognize and conquer resistance one moment at a time, because God, the creator, the divine love, whatever you want to call it, created us for happiness. Now, I would say, in practical terms, what we do in our life, it does evoke a sense of happiness. And also we can see in the objective world that things that bring us happiness, we can be happy for a time, and then we get a phone call, and then we're sad. And so the 2 things that I've divided this into was choosing happiness practically while you're seeking on the spiritual journey to become happiness. Right? So our goal is to connect with the divine and to stay in that fluid flow which automatically raises our vibration. And so that when the world is moving as it does and spinning and things are coming and going, we can respond to that thing from the sense of flow to that, what is particularly needed to that particular situation. So to us, happiness, I don't know, to you, when I think about happiness practically, it's chocolate chip cookies makes me happy. If I eat too many of them, it does not make me happy. Playing with the kids until my toddler hits me. So makes me happy, doesn't make me happy. He's happy when he has my phone. He is not when I take it away. So there's this balance that is always going on. But who we are in relationship to that at a higher level, your spiritual essence, your higher self, the joy, the peace, the understanding, that is always present. So what these things do practically for us is helps us tap into that. And the more we do it, the more we feel it, the more it becomes us. So as human beings, we have to start with the practical nature of life and step into our joys. And so the first thing he says is to figure out what makes you happy. And that question is not my favorite because I always don't know what makes me happy because I'm usually moving and getting things done. I'm a doer. My personality is a doer, so I want to move and be and have my way, and that kind of comes with control, and it moves me away from choosing me and my needs, which then leads to boundaries. And so it all unfolds in a manner that leads back to you, kind of like the yellow brick road. I kind of look at that now as that yellow brick road led back to consciousness for her. We are always choosing ourselves in every decision that we make, even when we are avoiding them. Ernest Holmes, one of the favorite quotes that always comes up when I Google a talk title is, "Life is a mirror, and this will reflect back to the thinker what he thinks into it." So, this love of journaling that I have, since I took this week, actually this desire started coming up this week, and I decided, well, when is a good time to choose me? Well, if you have kids, a good time to choose you is early in the morning. So what type of resistance do you meet early in the morning when you really love your bed and you're comfortable and you don't want to get up? That's the resistance that I had to overcome this week. And I would roll out of bed, and if I didn't, then I would wait for them to take a nap and I would just journal in the afternoon. But my promise to myself was that I would choose it and I would do it. And I would see and journal about how I felt after I chose the thing that I thought would bring me happiness. Now, there's some things that I started because when you start anything new, it's difficult, right? And what I recognized is watching the kids, new and difficult also creates procrastination. It usually sounds like, I can't do it, it's hard, I don't know how, oh, I tried that, but I didn't really like it. So also choosing happiness, it takes a certain amount of consistency, commitment, and love of self. Choosing happiness takes a commitment and consistency to choosing the thing that you have said makes you happy, and then it requires a sense of honoring yourself. This is very hard to do if you are in the camp, I'm not enough, or if you have a sense of self-loathing, or there's just some things that you still don't like about yourself. Procrastination, I have learned through this week, is a way of showing you there's still work to do in this one particular area. And it simply came to me this week through Spirit, is it's just another way to go, I love you enough to do this in direct relationship to ourselves. And that if you're choosing something that's new, I was talking to Mary about this, I'm fascinated with watercolors these days as well. I also have a lot of watercolor notebooks because whenever I go into Michael's, I buy one because I want to watercolor. And then I sit down to try to watercolor, and it's really messy on my paper. But I decided, well, okay, that's second on my list. What am I going to do? Reference. I went to YouTube, I looked up how to watercolor, basic beginnings, what brushes to buy, and set the expectation for myself that it's not gonna be a Picasso, and that I am doing it for my own self-love. I'm not doing them to sell them on the internet. I'm not doing to have this download from Spirit to make me some world-famous watercolor spiritualist, you know? I am doing it as a way to express the divine through me and actually be committed to it, have some resilience for it, and then I noticed when I do something and I follow through on it, a sense of happiness arose within me, a sense of accomplishment. And then I no longer had to go out looking for it from anyone else because I'm giving it to myself. That's the magic that he was talking about this. He calls it the paradox of happiness. The concept of resistance is real, he says. It is something we experience every day in relationship to everything. That is really the paradox of happiness. We know the things that make us happy, and we don't do them because we are too busy trying to be happy. I was talking to my teacher this week, and we had some things going on with the kids, and I found myself in front of someone that I was like, how did I vibrate this into my experience? Like, I have done the work. I went up the scale, the Hicks scale of, fear, terror, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, and here I am, and I'm still sitting in front of this person, and I don't like what they're saying, and I was really kind of despondent about it. And I said to my teacher, I go, what am I doing to still attract this situation? And he said, what we have here, Tracy, is, and I said, an error in thinking. He goes, yes, there's a fundamental flaw in the way you view the law of attraction and how it relates to spirituality. And I thought, but I read all the books, and I was pretty sure I read them right. And he said something so profound. He said, you cannot be happy. You cannot try to be happy. What you do is connect to that which is within you, that is you, that is always happy, that is always divine, that it is always bliss. And when you connect to that, that changes your vibration. The simple connection of sitting down and tuning in and being in the equanimity of peace and harmony and love and letting the mind chatter as it will because it's its nature. And don't give it don't follow it with your attention. Attention is our superpower. It is the thing that also can help us with happiness. And then I started to think about that it was my level of control. How absurd that I thought that I could change my vibration to make an experience go away, but more so to allow the connection to the divine to be my vibration so that I can sit in front of something that Tracy doesn't want to look at and be the flower of love in a difficult situation. To see the bigger picture of all parties, to go home and write in the journal, what is Tracy missing? Where is she self-focused? What is she trying to get to avoid her own suffering? And what must the other people have going on in their lives that they are in this situation as well? And something started to happen. A joy of journaling began. And sitting down and doing it and not worrying about whether it was perfect and not looking at the instructions and writing them on every page so that I did it right and exactly the way I did it. I just did it ugly. I just did it ugly and I just did it. And something inside me felt so satisfied and accomplished that I did one thing for myself today that evoked a sense of deeper understanding. And it also made me stop and give attention to that connection and not the situation. I was looking at something with Michael Beckwith as well, and he said he met with a client who was going through this court case, and he was being accused of something that he didn't do. And Michael Beckwith said, Let the lawyers deal with it. You go to Jamaica and sit on the beach and have a beer and just in your consciousness know, in that connection, in that divine flow, that everybody's got their part and yours is to hold this highest. And not to avoid your responsibility. When you're called, go. When you're asked to speak, speak. But speak from a sense of connection. Speak to the higher self of that other individual. So that's the other thing that happened was, when there is a difficult situation, a beautiful teacher said, instead of looking at it from your small self-centered point of view, if you wish to evoke happiness in a darker moment in your life, sit and call forth your higher self to their higher self and invite them to have a conversation and for them and ask them what you can do to help. It's staying out of martyrism and leading them down the wrong path or things that make you feel good. And then be quiet and listen. So my teacher said to me, in order to connect and to receive, you must ask, listen, and wait for the subtle voice of God. And he said, Tracy, that voice is so subtle and so quiet that it can't be your mind, because your mind is never quiet or subtle. And if your mind is screaming at you, you really want to not go that way. So this is the choosing happiness in the everyday practicality moves into our spiritual life, because we must take care of our body and our minds, and we must find things to create that connection that allows us to experience, that shows us that it's true, so that we can then sit silently knowing that the voice will come. I say voice, but I don't really know how God speaks to you. I only know how God speaks to me. And sometimes I miss it. Tracy overrides it, because in the sense of sitting, my mind is busy, and I noticed how I can follow Tracy very easily and be lost in a story. And I'm like, oh, in the story? Come on back home. In the story, come on back home. So I said to Tom, my teacher, I said, well, how do you do it? And he goes, you're doing it again. And I go, well, no, I just really want to know how to do it. And he's like, you're doing it again. And on the third time I go, oh, there are no instructions. Just sit still. Allow whatever is going on to go on. Ask the question that you wish the answer to, what you want, what you need, what you desire. Listen and receive. Then that feeling of choosing happy comes all the way around. So when I say choose happy, I mean practically do the thing that brings you happiness and watch how you prevent it from happening, and then just try again with the gentleness of spirit that you are not judging yourself. Just notice and then ask, why am I having such a hard time doing this? Maybe it was an idea that was planted in your consciousness of something that you really don't want to do. Maybe it's something that you think you should be doing, but there's really something else waiting behind that. Maybe it's just a spirit calling you to love yourself just a little bit more by sitting quietly and contemplating and giving some time to Him. We give time to all of our vices all day long. What Spirit is asking us to do to choose happiness is to give Him 5 minutes in the morning to set the pace for the rest of your day so that you can move through it and be connected. And then you don't have to try to be happiness. Happiness shows up because your resonance is high, because you are connected. And the situations, no matter what they're calling, will be met with the essence of love. And sometimes firmness. Love can be firm. It also is met with the understanding of boundaries. It's also met with confidence and resilience. And it builds your critical thinking to look at spiritual quotes and texts and to see the deeper and broader meaning of them far beyond the mind. And it takes you into your heart, and you have a heart explosion. And if you've ever had a heart explosion, you know it is happiness abound, like Hazel today. Hazel, I think, had a heart explosion before she got here because she He is vibrating really, really high. And that's what we come here for. We don't come here to learn to choose happiness. We come here to learn the thing that will make us look at our life and to dive into things that make us feel happy, that bring us the deeper connection, that takes us deeper in our spiritual life, which ultimately welcomes us home, so that we can navigate the world on a daily basis in communion with that higher self until it becomes us. And then we know what to do in each situation. And then if we get confused, we just sit quietly and we wait to hear that still, small voice. Holmes says the road to freedom lies not through the mysteries or the occult performances, but through intelligent use of natural forces and laws. We have practitioners here to help us, because sometimes we can't really get to it. I mean, I know I'm talking about it like it's easy, but this is 12 years into my spiritual path. So sometimes it can be very difficult. But there's a wisdom in seeking higher guidance. There's a wisdom in having a teacher help you with your patterning. There's a wisdom in going to someone a few years down the path, or an enlightened being teacher, but what your responsibility is to ask, what do I need to connect to you today? How can that happen? What do I have around the house? How have I been pulled or called to you? And I have turned it around and made it an error in me instead of a message from you. I'll close with this. We were driving up here, and last week when we went home, or the week before, there was a Jeep on the side of the road, and Bill stopped, and he looked at the Jeep, and I go, did you get the phone number? He's like, no. And I'm like, okay. And I said, are you going to go back and get it? He's like, no. I'm like, okay. And Bill loves cars, and he loves Jeeps. He loves the idea. I think the mental equivalent is being free, and driving through the mountains, and I could just see this. And so we're on the way up there, and he says, I should have got that number. And I said, did you possibly think that that idea was planted in your spirit to get the number because God is calling you, Spirit is calling you in a whole new way for you to look at what brings you joy, and that it's not just another idea? For it to be in your essence, something had to be planted there. Pay attention to the seeds that were planted and how you're drawn to the thing that you might have a lot of but have never used, and how you use the idea of never using them to support your story of I'm not enough. I don't know about you, but I'm out of that game. So this talk really brought me a long way, and a new essence of joy, and a way to stand firm in the calling that I am enough. You are enough. Dissatisfaction is not God's voice. That is your mind. Prayer, prioritizing prayer, is one of the top ways that you can change your patterning. Battery died? Oh, maybe not. Okay. And tap in to the understanding of what it will take for you to start choosing yourself. We'll just do this. Yep, thank you. Ernest Holmes says this: we are chemists in the laboratory of the infinite. What shall we produce? And I will add, that brings joy to your life or evokes a sense of well-being from within. Matthew Kelly says if you apply these 6 things, you will just begin to see the blessings that life have in store for you. Just do the next thing. Just do the next right thing. So if something's calling you, do it to the best of your ability, even if it's just for a minute. Let go of the past and be in the moment. Don't worry about the future. It's not here. Know when enough is enough. Take time to play and listen to that quiet voice. And apply the rule of delayed power of gratification. We live in a culture that craves instant gratification, and developing that ability to delay it connects us with the divine, and it takes us out of our mind that is always searching, and it connects us with the divine. And if we just wait, much like the song says, just wait upon the Lord, just wait upon Spirit, your higher self, the Creator, to give you guidance. And then tune in, pay attention, write, because often the voice of God comes out in a written note to yourself. And most of all, remember, you are perfect as you are. You are joy expressing. You are bountiful. You are love. You are the divine creator. So there can never be a time when happiness, joy, or bliss are absent from you. It's only an error in thinking, a fundamental flaw about who you really are. Namaskar. Thank you. Jackson is always helping me. I still have goosebumps. We'll anchor this in prayer. The wisdom of Jackson. I love to pray too. I think I get so caught up that I forget. I just know right here, right now, that the words given from my higher self to yours, that they are embodied and brought down into the practicality of our lives, that we see easily how to use them and how to choose what to do next and when to do it. That we start to see life in a more simplistic way, for God is simplicity. We let go of the error in thinking and the strenuous ways that we try to move through life, and we just sit and see that everything is a simple task, one at a time, to move forward. We choose connection over satisfaction. We choose fun. We choose ourselves. We choose something today that we've always wanted to do, that we've never done. And we find the divine creator in that moment. We keep a journal of our beloved miracles, of the ways we smiled or made someone smile. That joy, love, peace, and happiness is always present in this messy life of ours. And as we embody that vibration, that sense of joy overtakes everything that we could possibly imagine as wrong, and it sets the world right. I'm so deeply grateful for these words, for this talk, for this music, for these physical beings and non-physical beings that are here today and those online, that I know Spirit has planted these seeds, and He waters them, and He rises up within and blesses all that we are and all that we have. It is just an amazing, amazing thing to be here today. With deep gratitude, I send these words into the law, knowing they cannot be returned void, because wherever you are, God is, and so it is.
wash over us. We let it be.
Thank you. I love that song. It's so beautiful. And if you just did that in the morning for a few moments, I assure you your vibration will shift and you will be attracting all that you ask for. How can you step into that song and not have that? It is that time in our service where we invite the ushers forward and to do the collection. And I just didn't want you to know that we are deeply grateful for all the gifts that you give, physically, monetarily, just being here in this community. It just is a feeling of wholeness and beauty that I cannot express in a level of words. And with that, we will read our invocation. Divine love, in and through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, all that I receive. Thank you, life.
So during your talk, Tracy, I decided to do this old gem.
Okay.
Because to me, this, and sometimes, for everyone it's different, I'm sure, but for me, it's like nighttime is where it's like the fears and pains of this life can make you choose an easy off-ramp that will make the pain go away, but will not bring the true happiness. And the true happiness is on the other side of the fear and the pain in the morning.
Yes.
And this song is a reminder for that, because any major dude will tell you that. I never seen you looking so sad, my funky one. It seems that your superfine mind has come undone. Well, any major dude with half a heart surely will tell you, my friend. Any man of world that breaks apart falls together again. When the demon is at your door, in the morning it won't be there no more. Any major dude will tell you. Well, any major dude will tell you. Well, have you ever seen a squawk's tears? Well, look at mine. The people on the street, they've all seen better times. Well, any major dude with half a heart surely will tell you, my friend. Any minor world that breaks apart falls together again. When the demon is at your door, in the morning it won't be there no more. Any major dude will tell you. Any major dude will tell you. Well, I can tell you all I know, the where to go and the what to do. Well, you can try to run, but you can't hide from what's inside of you. Well, any major dude with half a heart surely will tell you, my friend. In a minor world that breaks apart comes together again. when the demon is at your door. In the morning it won't be there no more. Any major dude will tell you. Any major dude will tell you. Any major dude will tell you.
Yeah, there we go. You were just given advice by a major dude. So you have to take it. Oh, that is lovely, Jackson. That's a beautiful, thank you for that. My heart is so full. Oh, we are just, so I don't have a microphone to come down there. So if you guys want to come forward, I'll pray from up here, and we will know that my hand is down there. You don't really need my hand, but here we go. We'll do it this way. I just know right here, right now, that as we ask in the resonance of the highest vibration of joy, that we listen to the words of Spirit on how to grow, how to build wealth, and how to be here for our community in new and great ways. That these gifts of Spirit are given to us, and they multiply and they floweth over as we give back to the community, and it's a reciprocal cycle of love. That Spirit is calling us forth into a new and greater way, and that everything we need to do that is given. Everything we ask for is received as we sit quietly and tune in to the words of Spirit. I know that the perfect answer is always on the end of the hem of the garment. We just reach, touch, and know. It builds our strength and our faith to move forward. And so it is. Miss Kathleen.
Good morning. And Jackson said I had to tell you my name. My name is Kathleen.
Nice.
If anyone is here this morning as a guest of a member, or you're just passing through, or you've been away for a while, we would like you to stand, tell us your name, where you're from. We'd love to give you a warm CSL welcome. Anyone new? Yes.
My name's Elaine Stovell. I live in Prescott,
Mm-hmm.
and I am here with my friend Sally.
Wonderful. Welcome. Yes.
Sabrina Rickerman. I now reside here in Prescott and most recently from Bangor, Maine.
Wow. Welcome. Anyone else? Okay. As our gift to you, and a thank you for being present this morning, we invite you to the gift bookstore and find the section of previously owned, gently read, and much loved books. Find one that calls to you, take it with you, enjoy the read, and then join the rest of us in Sibley Hall for some refreshments and conversation. The Enneagram class taught by our Laura Urquhart begins on Friday, August the 9th from 3:30 to 5:30 here at CSLP. It's a 4-week class that'll teach us about self-defeating patterns that we've created or adopted in our lives, and then how to break those for a balanced, peaceful, and harmonious life. Goes along with your talk beautifully.
There's Spirit working again. Yeah.
A love offering will be appreciated. The drum circle meets on Wednesday evening at 6 p.m., and if you have a drum, bring it. If not, I think we have some here. The volunteer group for Reverend Tracy's installation meets today in Sibley Hall after service. And the women's group meets the women's group next meeting will be on Wednesday, August the 7th. The Power of Eight will meet Thursday, August the 1st at 10. And the board meeting will be next Sunday at noon after service. And Tom would like a moment of your time. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Tom.
Hi, Tom.
Nice.
For the last few weeks, you've heard announcements about sign-up sheet out for the board, and one person that filled out that sheet was Chris Cameron. Would you please stand? Chris is our newest board member, and she's going to get to try out being on the board for a few months until next season or next year when she has to be reelected. So if you have an idea or thought about getting on the board and would like to try it out, fill out a sheet, an application, and bring it to one of the board members. And if you get appointed, you can have a few months to try it out. And if you want to bring some joy and happiness to yourself, like you heard today, be a creative member on that board.
No kids today. So Aaron was a little tired, and they have Luke back there, and I'm saving y'all the humor of him running up and down the screen. We thought it was more important for Tom to acknowledge Chris and her dedication to serving our center. So thank you. All right, here we go.
Why don't we have everyone stand up and take a hand?
Thank you, Jackson. Don't you love how he reminds me and takes care of me? I love it. Everybody stand up and take a hand. And we're going to read this with the highest resonance, the highest joy, the highest connection that you can muster up right now. Okay? Here we go. Something wonderful is happening through me right now. It is happening through my mind, my body, and my affairs. I think it, I believe it, I feel it, I know it, I accept it. Thank you, life.
Yes,